Hey, thanks for coming back to my show on YouTube. This is Spencer Colgan. In this video, I began off the camera repairing this crooked line where the wallpaper on the wall meets the ceiling. You can see right here how crooked it is. But I said, let me make a video on this to show people that they don't have to live with crooked wall lines on accent walls where paint meets wallpaper, or crooked ceiling lines where your ceiling is wavy and your wallpaper is going in and out of the crevice of the waves. As you look at this image in front of you, please understand that it was all wavy. And to put a beautiful product like Philip Jeffries Studs and Stripes against a wavy wall, it really was a dilemma because it made it look really ugly. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I made the illusion of a straight line where wallpaper meets crooked ceiling by simply using masking paper, tape, clear caulk, and paint. And hopefully you find this useful and you can do it in your applications too. So as for the ceiling fix, I just exposed a little bit of the wall paper so that I can create the illusion of straightness. And so I'm going to put clear caulk in between my tape and the ceiling. Then I'm simply going to drag some paint in there. Okay, unfortunately it's not the same sheen. I don't like doing that. It's not the same sheen. So I have to be very careful to keep it within 1/8, 3/16 of an inch up against that tape. I recently hung this Philip Jeffries product. Now, the ceiling is uneven. And boy, let me tell you. So here's the thing. What I did was, I created an illusion of straightness. Rather than have my grass cloth go in and out of the crevices where the ceiling meets the wall. I mean, you can see this is not the best ceiling, okay? But rather than have that going on, I created an illusion. Look at the nice bead, the juncture. I'm filling in the unevenness right up against the grass cloth. Now, I didn't videotape that. So what I am going to videotape is the final perfecting. It's still wet. I still got my stuff going. But I want to show you how you can create the same effect as well. You see how I'm missing there. The ceiling and the wall go in. It violates the 90-degree principle big time. You can see it's wavy there. But I'm going to create an illusion, or at least attempt to show you and me and anyone who comes into this room that the corner is fine by doing that. You see, if you look close, you can still see waviness up and down. But if you have a consistent line in that corner, it hides almost all of the unevenness so that the eye is taken off of it. And it was so uneven here that I'm going to have to do what I did here twice. So I already did this here, but you can see my paint and my caulk got buried in there because it's really in. It's really, the angle is way off. You understand. But some people might turn around and blame the paper hanger. Okay, so we don't want to do that. But as paper hangers, you know, you learn these tricks. Good friend of mine, Matt from Fort Myers, said, Spencer, you see the top rail of the Philip Jeffries product? You see this? That's not the top rail, but the one above it was. He said, take that off, take them off. Don't let those horizontal, perfectly straight buttons clash with your uneven ceiling. The guy's brilliant. He really is. I mean, he's a wallpaper superstar. I said, that's brilliant. He goes, yeah, they come right off. And sure enough, I took them off. And I did it. I did it down here. But then he said, I want you to do it up there. If you ever run into trouble, where the horizontal, you see just above the furniture there, how they run perfectly parallel with it? Well, guess what? That's not going to be perfect when you go against the ceiling. So if I were imprudent enough to run those horizontal beads, as you see here, up there, right close to the ceiling, oh my gosh, you would see the unevenness. You understand? The straight horizontal line of the beads, or the studs and stripes, right? That's what it's called. They would show the homeowner how uneven his ceiling really is. So what my friend Matt was saying was, take them off. And this way, at the very top, all you will have are the vertical beads, which are less telling than the horizontal for obvious reasons, since the horizontal are going to run parallel to the crooked ceiling. Okay, now let's get to work here. As you can see, in the center of your screen is the last of my issue. In the very center of your screen, the wallpaper goes up higher than it is on the rest of the ceiling. In the middle of those two white squares, in the center of your screen, is the most problemed area. And since the ceiling is shaped like this, going up, we lose our line. So we're going to bring the wall down, or the ceiling down, with a white line. And we're going to come onto that wallpaper about 1/8 of an inch. Okay, right? Get ready? Wish me luck. Using masking paper off of a hand masker, I pulled my sheet of masking, and very carefully holding it nice and tight, I'm going to recreate the ceiling line. And if you look close, I'm going to reveal just a little wallpaper. Just a little. Okay. Now, if you look close, you'll see that just exposing that edge of the wall covering. This is not easy, and I'm not saying I can get it perfect right away. In fact, this is my second go. See, you can see how wavy it is. I mean, my tape is parallel, right? It's straight, 90 degree. But why doesn't it run parallel with the ceiling? Because my ceiling is off. Okay. And at some point you make a decision to just bring it up onto the ceiling so you can stop it. Okay. So now let's take a close look. Right in the middle, you see where it's just a little bit, right? So we're going to paint that. But how are we going to prevent the paint from getting on the grass cloth? Anybody have any suggestions? To prevent the paint from bleeding under the tape, we're going to use caulk, C-A-U-L-K, clear. Now you could use white, since you're creating a white edge. But when you're painting a yellow or any color against another one that is not white, you want to use clear, because you're going to be putting a white caulk edge where you don't want it. So we want a white edge, and so we could use white here. But I do what I just described so often that I mostly get clear. Okay, let's see if we can do this. So I've clogged the tape. Now if you want to go out and get that locking mechanism tape that engorges when it's wet, you're putting yourself at risk. You don't put that on a very porous surface such as grass cloth wallpaper. Now, we want to knock off some of that paint because we don't want to use too much of it. And now, we're just bringing it into that corner there. Right? We finish up with one stroke, one direction. Okay. Let's see how we did. I think we solved the problem. Remember, it's an uneven ceiling. I'm not going to be painting this wood, this grass cloth. And so we just want to create an illusion of straightness to get rid of the sloppiness. What do you think? And there you have it. Not bad. The right tools, the right materials, a better look, a little patience. After this segment of the video, which is the end, I will show you the pictures I received prior to agreeing to do this. And so please check them out and you can compare what was to what is. Thanks for watching.